Hello students. Students of class 11th must know this, that I have already completed 4 chapters with you along with certain topics of the writing section. Now children, the most important thing is that even till today I received a call of a child and she was saying that ma'am, just before 2 days I had joined the group and I want you to summarize me or to describe me, to tell me the previous work. But it is very difficult now to send all the PDFs to you of all the work which I have already done. But still I will be sending it by today. Into few days, into around a week, I will try to summarize all 4 chapters to you again, once again, and to send you the important questions related to the chapters. Now the questions which I am going to send you by today will be those questions which are important on the point of examinations, which are repeatedly asked into the examination, which are moreover concerned and based on to the explanation of the chapter. But I must say, children, if you have book, well and good, you can read the chapters then easily. If you do not have the book, then you can download the summary of that book, though I have already sent you through the PDF, and then read it. Most of the things would be clear to you. Today I want to summarize you the first chapter, The Portrait of a Lady. Into this chapter, the relationship of the narrator, who is Khushwant Singh, with his grandmother have been shown. The chapter have been described into 3 phases. First phase is when the child and the grandmother are living alone into the village. It has been shown that how both of them depend on each other for everything. How 24 hours they are together for sharing their thoughts, their views together. Right from the morning when the grandmother make the child to wake up, get him ready for the school, get him breakfast, take him to the school, and then she even sit into the temple which is attached to the school of the child and pray to the god. Then they come back together. In the afternoon, they play together, they eat together, they are very good friends together. The grandmother and the grandchild, they are into a very strong bond with each other and they are very good friends. This is first phase of the chapter. Second phase is when they both of them are shifted to the city with the parents of the narrator. Because now they were comfortably settled in the city, so they wanted them to come back in the city with them. But now the change was, though the grandmother and the grandson were sharing the same room, but now the the narrator started going to the school by a school bus. His mother was helping him to do his homework as the grandmother was unable now. Because he was given the knowledge with the different subjects like science, social science, English, music, and the grandmother was not aware about all these subjects. She didn't have the knowledge of these. And that is why she didn't like even the knowledge given to him for certain subjects. She didn't like why the child was given the knowledge of the music. As per her, music was not to be taught to the dignified children of the society. It was just made for the beggars in harlots. She was dissatisfied that the child was no more given the knowledge of the religious book, was no more taught anything about the god and goddesses. This was a distance which has come between both of them. She was unable to feed the street dogs now, so she started feeding the sparrows in her own courtyard. As both of them were unable to spend most of the time together, the grandmother was all alone in the house. So she took out a solution and she started spinning the wheel all the time during the day. You can say that most of the time when she was free, she was sitting into her courtyard and was spinning the wheel. So this was the second phase of the chapter, when The grandmother and the grandson, the narrator and the grandmother were there together with each other in the same room, in the same house, for most of the time they were talking to each other, sharing things with each other, but they were spending less time with each other comparatively to the earlier. Then came another phase into the story, and that is when that bond of friendship was snapped suddenly. How? Because now the child has come to the university level and he was given a separate room of his own. Now they were spending very less time with each other as he went to a separate room. They were not sharing things with each other, because you understand when the children grow up to the age of youngsters, they start bringing their own circle around them. Jisko we call generally generation gap which existed between both of them, and that widened. Now they were able to see less to each other because the child was busy now into his studies, into his classes, into his tuitions, into his college, and then he was into his separate room for resting and sleeping. So he could spare only very few time during the day to spend with the grandmother, just once or twice a day, just to wish her, to ask her how she was. So the grandmother was most of the time spinning the wheel, and the best half an hour of her 24 hours daily routine was the time when she was feeding the sparrows into her courtyard. When the courtyard was filled with the chirruping sound of the sparrows, they were perching over her head, over her shoulders, and she was enjoying. And then, suddenly one day, the child had to go to for his further studies. Though he was upset while going that whether he'll be able to see his grandmother anymore or not, because he was going for 5 years. The grandmother was old. He didn't know whether he'll be able to see her again or not, but still, as the life demands, he had to go. He went. And the grandmother happily accepted this also, admitted this change also. Luckily, he came after 5 years, and the grandmother went to the station to receive him without showing any expressions over her face, though she was happy inside. And how she showed her happiness, that she collected all the women folk around the house in the neighborhood, and then she started singing and dancing, and she was singing the songs of homecoming of warriors, because it was not less than that for her. She became stressed and tired that day. She got fever. They called the doctor suddenly. Though the doctor said that she'll get all right, but she declared that now her end is near. She do not want to take any other chance now. Because she was a very religious lady, almost all the day she was moving her lips into the silent prayers. She was busy all the time, just in remembering the Lord. And that is why she could understand that her end was near. She asked everybody to leave her alone, though nobody was ready to understand and accept that she'll be no more. And she was holding, जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना माला, she was holding that into her hand, and suddenly that fell from her hand and she left to the other world, leaving her body. Everybody started mourning, means crying, showing her expressions onto her death, and they were preparing for the funeral also, as it is the custom of ours. Sparrows came in their own time, but that day there was no chirruping sound of the sparrows. Even they could sense that something has went wrong. They could feel that. And when the body of the grandmother was taken away, even the birds flew away silently without even looking towards the breadcrumbs which were thrown to them by the mother of the narrator. This is the beautiful bond described into the chapter between the grandson and the grandmother. With this, children, I think now it is very much clear to all, and I will also attach a PDF of the important questions only. Please go through the earlier PDF for the summary, or you can even search out the summary of the chapter. I would even suggest that please read the chapter. Thank you.